Stacy here with Bluebird Paper and Thread. Thank you for joining me today. Today is Saturday, February 1st. We made it through the first month of 2025. It seemed like it just went on forever and ever and ever. I'm glad to be in February for a number of reasons. Although that means I'm one step closer to getting really busy at work, but it's okay. If you're new here, I'd like to welcome you. Thank you for joining us. This is a channel on my hobbies. My hobbies right now are predominantly cross-stitch, but I do enjoy sewing. One day, hopefully, making some quilts. I do enjoy paper crafting. I like to make greeting cards and gift tags and gift card holders, treat boxes, that kind of a thing. If you are returning, welcome back. I'm so glad that you took the time to stop by. I had an odd week. I had to be at work 3 days out of this week at 6:30 in the morning because I was opening up our resident camp registration. So if I'm opening it up at 7 a.m. so that people who have to work can do it before they have to leave, I should probably be there to answer any questions if there's an issue. Pretty much two very, very teeny tiny minor issues. It didn't hold anybody up. It didn't cause someone to lose a spot or anything. So overall it went well. And the first 3 days we actually had more registrations than we've had in the last 2 years. So, I mean, not total, but the first 3 days for 2023 and 2024. So, I'm excited about that. Okay, sorry about that. My daughter wanted to let her dog out, which was fine. I was going to leave the door open so he could come in and out, and and then he came running over to me and he stepped in mud and poo. He's not coming in my craft room. So, I feel like I live on a crazy farm. So stitching, I came home 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I got home about 2:33, and I laid down and took a nap. Thursday I did not. I did, I think, get a little stitching in. But it's hard when you get up that early and you're not used to it. You need a little refreshing nap in the middle of the afternoon. So I did that, which was nice. I especially like to make sure that if I feel tired and I want to take a nap when there's like flu season or there's a bug going around, that I do that, because I feel like that helps to keep my immunities up a little bit. So there's that. I had 2 new starts this week. Even though I don't feel like I got a lot of stitching time in, I did have 2 new starts, no finish. I have a new Friday focus because I can't bring back red birds just quite yet, and a little bit of haul. And I think that's, and we'll do the giveaway announcements at the end of the video. I drew for our giveaways, so we will make sure that we do that at the end as well. Okay, let's just go ahead and start with new starts. Bluebird Garden. I have had this chart probably since 2022. A bunch of people were stitching it, and I thought, ooh, I must have it. I love it. Of course, Bluebird. And then I couldn't find fabric, or I couldn't find the floss and the fabric. It calls for putty, Weeks Dye Works putty. And I couldn't find it, and I just thought, okay, that's not a big deal. Well, when we were on vacation last year and we stopped at Liberty Hill Needlework in Williamsburg, Virginia, I kitted this up. I mean, I had a fabric, but I got all the flosses, and they had everything. And I didn't care if I already had some at home. I saw this chart there and I thought, let's just kit it up and I can start it and get it going. So that's what I did. One DMC and the rest are Gentle Arts. But look at how pretty the colors are. I think it's really very, very pretty. And I actually feel like I had a decent start. I'm stitching this on a 40 count ale by Picture This Plus. And this is my start. So I got some of that border done, and then I started in on the base that the Bluebird is on. And so far so good. I'm loving it. I think this linen is really pretty. I think these colors are going to look gorgeous on the linen. I did do a floss pull because this is a 40 count. I pulled out one strand, separated one strand of linen to make sure that, or floss, to make sure that it would look good with the linen. And so I'm with the ones that are very similar. So like this brown color here and this one here. And I'm very pleased with how it looked, and so I decided to just go with this linen. I think it's beautiful. So that was a new start. I think I'm over winters. I haven't done much winter. I have all these winter things and I really haven't stitched on them very much, and that's okay. I will try to pull them out. I'm going to try to pull out a stitch for every season at least once a month. So I'll put a few stitches in on a Halloween, and then a winter, and a Christmas, and an Easter, and regardless of the season, because the seasons are so small, so short, that I can't get it all done, and I can't just sit and stitch all day long. So and I started Spring Quaker by Primrose Cottage. I've had this since last year. I am using the called for fabric, which is 28 count mushroom Lugana, and the called for floss. And I picked up the finishing kit, which has 3 skeins of the called for floss, the backing fabric, the wool square, and the rickrack trim to make it into a pillow. And this is going to be so pretty. There, you can kind of see the color a little bit there. That's fairly, might be a little more vibrant in real life, but that's pretty close to the fabric or the floss color. But pleased that I got the butterfly done here in the corner, some of that border, and this motif done. And it's just a single color variegated floss, so it's moving along. It should move along really quickly. So happy with that. I keep telling myself if I get one more Quaker done, then I can, have a really productive finishing day. And then, and then it's, oh, if I get one more of this done, I can have a really productive finishing day. Okay, my Friday focus. I was going through my bag of samplers, and I realized that I still have this one, Entwined Hearts. And I'm more than halfway through. I'm on this motif. I'm stitching. I have here left to do. So those strawberries are what I have, were the next thing to stitch. And this called for is Aztec Red. linen. I am not stitching it on the red. I chose a 36 count Peony by Fiber on a Whim, which meant I had to change my floss colors. I kept the black, that's black coffee, and then I think Cherub is a light pink, Begonia is the dark pink, and the white is Oatmeal. So I had a little bit of this done over here, so I finished all of this and started the strawberry. I think it's going to be so pretty when it's done. I'm envisioning this in a lightly ornate frame, not too decorative and ornate. Probably like a silvery gold. You know how those metal, or not metal, the metallic looking frames, they have like a little mixture of like a silver and a gold, or a really soft gold, or a brushed silver. We'll see what I wind up with, but that's kind of what I have in mind. I do have to still go back in here and stitch the centers of this row here, but I will do that when I pick up the Oatmeal again, because that I think is Oatmeal in there. So let's see how long it takes, how many Fridays it takes me to get that done. I think it's going to be more than just 2 or 3. But if it helps me move it to the finish line, that's okay, because that's what the goal is. I used my decision window and wheel, and I picked I think I picked one. I might have picked 2. I think I picked 1. And this one popped up, Winter Garden. This one also could be a Friday focus because it's more than halfway done. It's almost 3/4 of the way done. I am stitching this with the called for, I believe, DMCs. Real pretty, nice color palette. And I was pulling from my stash to stitch this one, and so I pulled out 28 count Wichelt linen in Artichoke. So it's got a little bit of a green cast to it, but it doesn't look bad with this piece. So I'm very pleased with it. And here's where I'm at. So I had most of the outline of those 3 stars done, so I finished those off. I added a snowflake here, and I added the stems. So there's not a whole lot left to do. Kind of excited to see it across the finish line. This one will also be framed. I'm not sure what kind of frame yet. Sometimes a piece, a finished look comes to you while you're stitching it, and sometimes it doesn't. Well, this one, it doesn't. Like, this is the kind of frame I was thinking of for Entwined hearts, but this also is beautiful with this one too. So it may be something like this. I may go more of a honed black that looks almost gray, maybe. I don't know. I think it just depends on what looks good with everything when I'm all done. Very pleased with my stitching on that. I feel like stitching this week was very slow. Like, I don't feel like I got a lot of stitches in, probably because I was so darn tired. And the other thing too I've noticed is I am making a lot of mistakes. So there's a lot of frogging happening, which irritates me. But I'm fixing some of the things so that they look good. Okay, Keeper of the Pins. I've been working on this. This is a stitch along, and we've got Marissa from M. Kissa Creations and Kim from the Contented Needleworker Kim and Cloudy Nook Stitches. We are all stitching this as a stitch along. You are welcome to join us. The hashtag is keepersal. So make sure you take photos when you post it on Instagram. You can tag us or you can put the hashtag and we'll check it out. I think Kim is done with hers. She'd only stitched 3 of them. Changed the blues to pinks. Really, really a cute finish. You need to go check it out. And she stitched the 3 or 4 charts all on one piece and used it in a very unique finish. I really love it. It looks great. But anyways, I'm currently working on this one right here. I have this one finished, and I'm working on this one. Finished except for the pin beads on the top. I am stitching this on 36 count Vintage Country Mocha. And I did make a mistake. I counted and I counted and I counted. So I have my mistake floss hanging off to the side. I didn't cut it off. And I thought I need to go in and do the other. So this is where I am at. So I added the clamp and I started on the bird, and the bird is about 5 or 8 stitches too short in length. So I think all I need to do is take out these up here and pull this over and it will be fine. We shall see. Now the interesting thing, let's see if I can find that picture. Is there a bigger picture of this one? That wing and the wing tip on the back side, they look darker, and they're not. What they are is the same color floss, just stitched 2 over 2 instead of 1 over 2. But I can't really tell the difference. I mean, I guess a little bit I can. And I think that's my Mountain Mist. That's the color. So my Mountain Mist is not as variegated in the darks. I do see the curve, like when I hold it up, I do see the curve, so there is some definition. I don't think I'm going to pull it out and stitch it differently, but that's kind of where I'm at. I think it's turning out really pretty. There is no ending time with this stitch along. You stitch what you want, when you want, how long you want, how many you want, and it takes as long as it's going to take. But I know Marissa on her channel, she was talking about how she had the chart, she wanted to get things done. Well, I've had this kitted up in various stages for that first one for about 1.5 years, if not 2 years now, and I'm ready to move it out. This chart got 2 nights of stitching. And Topley, 1802 by the Scarlett House. what drew me to this is Elizabeth Ann can stitch this on the dark fabric, and it looked beautiful, and I thought, oh, I must. So I found the chart, and I picked a dark fabric, and I love it, and I love the colors on it. But somewhere down here I messed up, and I couldn't find it. And it was getting frustrating. And then I thought, well, maybe I'll just stitch and fudge. And I thought, you're starting down here. That's a lot of fudging you have to do. So I kind of went along with that, and I stitched my crowns. They weren't lining up. And then I found my mistake. This flat part right here is more stitches than the others. So the others are like 5, and this one's like 7 or something like that. And I'm like, oh, there it is. So I didn't have much stitched up here, so I took it out, and then I took out everything that was off, and I even took out that solid pink line under Anne Topley 1802. I took that all the way out, and I restitched it. Now I'm still off a little bit over here somewhere, and I think it has to do with one of these motifs. I am going to leave that. I just am going to remember, and I might put it on a sticky note, to start, when I'm starting something new, start from the left side. Because I know that this is correct in here. So if I start here, I can fudge as I get closer over there. So I am stitching this on a beautiful, beautiful linen. No one knows the name of. 36 count Edinburgh linen in the color Night Sky by Fiber on a Whim. And here's where I'm at. Now, these are not lining up. I know that was an issue with Redbird, but that's how they're charted here. Remember, this was done in 1802, and I don't know how old Anne Topley is. Or wait, do I? Sometimes they tell you about the child that stitched this. Not on this one. Now, I'm going to have to make one conversion. These are the called fors, so they look really pretty on this dark fabric. Even this gray looks really pretty, but when you pull out one strand, it disappears, as you can see when I started that T. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my floss and find a light gray, either over dye, or I think I'm going to go with a DMC, if I'm remembering correctly, I think like 415, so a lighter gray, and stitch where it's called for that. So the next time I pick that up, I will figure that out. But I mean, I just love that. I think it's so pretty. It really does pop off that fabric. It's a little hard to tell, but it really does show well in real life. So it seems like once I figured out what my mistake was and I fixed it, then the stitches just flew into the fabric. So I'm excited to get back to this one. I think I'm going to keep this one in the rotation for a little bit. pull it out a little bit more frequently and see where I end up. Okay, this next one, I've been thinking about UFOing this piece. This was one of, I think, the mystery charts that Fat Quarter Shop put out, and I thought I was gonna love it, and I thought maybe not, and I thought, well, I can make a pillow, maybe give it to my son's girlfriend because I think she likes sunflowers, or put it out here somewhere and just be done with it. And I just couldn't pick it back up. I stitched this when I was in the waiting, well, I can't even say the waiting room. The waiting room was my car when my husband had 2 different procedures done 2023. So, and that's it. That's all I really did. I did a little bit more. So then I thought, well, then I talked to my son's girlfriend. I said, this is easy enough. Do you want to take it over? And she was like, no, thanks. Like, okay. I understand. So I'm going to keep it. Now my flosses are not on floss drops. But these are the colors. Oh, except I'm missing, the brown. Where is the brown? Brown isn't here. So the brown, and then these colors. So here is your color palette, and this is the chart. That's what it's going to look like. Cute enough, but I really lost interest. So then I thought, well, am I going to give it away? Am I going to keep it? I don't know. And then I thought, well, maybe if I find then I decided I'll finish it because it's easy enough, and make a project bag out of it. So I thought, great, now I just need to find fabric, or I'm going to use black and white buffalo plaid, something. Well, and then the fabric came out, and I found a fabric, and I thought, okay, we can move forward. So I think that's what we're going to do. This is my progress so far. So a little bit of frogging happening down here. This is on 28 count Icelandic gray. So I'm going to keep plucking along on this one. I'm going to keep going because I found really pretty fabric. I was on Facebook and my favorite quilt store popped up and with this fabric, and I thought, ooh, I really like it. And I like it even better now that I see that my fabric is Icelandic gray. Let me arrange the fabric. So I picked up 3 pieces. And here they are. I think it's going to make a really, really cute project bag. I don't know what I'm going to put where, which fabric, but I really like the 3. This looks like it might be flannel, but it's not. It's a quilter's cotton. So when I get this done, I have the fabric, a little motivation, and we will see if we can't pick this up and make a project bag out of it. And then I was on Primrose Cottage's website, and they have a sunflower charm, like the Lori Holt ones that you can put on your project bags. I think I'm going to pick up that one and add it to that project bag. So And then it's in this project bag right now. So I'm keeping the fabric in here so I don't lose track of that. Everything is right in here, and it will start moving into rotation. Okay. That's a good jumping off point for haul. I got a bunch of stuff that I can't show you because it's a surprise for the people for my retreat that I'm going to at the end of the month. But I can show you this. I picked up another one of these bead containers. These hold quite a lot. They're individual, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 14 of these can fit in the bigger box. Very reasonably priced. I have this linked in my Amazon shop, so if you are interested, feel free to go check it out. I am an affiliate with Amazon, so when you purchase something through one of my Amazon links, I do get a tiny bit of commission. It doesn't cost you anything extra. It's paid for by the manufacturer and or Amazon. So if you are so inclined and you would like to check out my store, the store link is listed below. I try to put in there the things that I've picked up to use for my crafting and the things that I like. So it's not just one type of thing, it's several different things. But anyways, if you want to check it out, feel free to do so. If not, and you want to search around and find something else, that's okay too. My Floss Frenzy Weeks Dye Works came in, and it's Marmalade, Mascara, Meadow, Merlin, Merlot, and Michael's Navy. And these are so pretty. I really like them. I really like the Merlin. It's kind of like a purpley blue. So this one's the Merlin. It's got kind of a purple cast to it. I did get an email saying that the classic color works for January, I think it's January, it's going to be delayed and stitched or sent out in the middle of February. So if you're waiting for that, you might have been affected too. I'm going to assume that they don't have something from a manufacturer. Okay, Teresa Kogut, it's the first of the month, and her Patreon group, she released her February free charts. She does a free chart for tiers 2, 3, and 4. So each tier gets its own chart. But if you are in tier 3, you also get access to tier 2's, say that 10 times fast, pattern. And if you are in tier 4, you also get access to tier 3 and 2, the patterns for that. So I didn't print out all of them. I printed out the 2 that I really just kind of went, ooh. So this is tier 4, and it's House of Hope. I think it's so fresh and pretty. This is stitched here, the corners. I may or may not stitch that. I may measure this out and see if I could fit it in an oval hoop or an oval frame. I have an oval frame, a really old oval frame. I think it's oval, that it might look good in. So I may or may not stitch the corners on this one. And then Virtue. So pretty. I love those little birds. They're so cute. And they're different. I just noticed that. They are just a little bit different. These are the color thread flosses for this one. I think that's what's attracting me too, is that they are different. It's a different color palette than what we normally get from her. And the dark, the black brown, is just, it's really striking against the colors, I think. So I picked up this because all of her charts each month utilize the same flosses. These two will go into the same. I will look and make sure. Now, not every chart will use every color, but I will pull all the colors for these two charts and I will stick them in the bag and just work through them out of one project bag. And then I picked up, and she has a secret shop. So if you are a Patreon member, you get a code every month that gives you access to the secret shop. And in there you can go and you can buy past Patreon charts, and you can pick up an ornament. Okay. Now we have sweet Chanel with us. My daughter brought her out. This is our baby. Beautiful Chanel-y. Let's see her back. We are not sure what she is. We think she's a ragdoll because she's usually quite floppy. Not today so much. She's a little distressed because the puppy jumped up and kind of got her tail, and she didn't like that. So, she is not afraid of dogs, but the puppy kind of got her cornered in my daughter's bedroom, and when she finally was able to escape the bedroom, she was all wet. So she is not so sure about that puppy anymore. And quite frankly, I don't blame her. Anyways, back to the ornament. So she also will do an ornament that she sells on her secret shop for $5. And this is Teresa Kogut. And so this one, it's Bluebird Love. It says March 2024, but I think she probably meant February 2024. 2024. This isn't the right one. I printed this one out. This is not it. I printed this one out because I had it. But I still love it. Bluebird 2020. Bluebird Love 2024. I did not print out the other one. I did purchase it. I will show that next time. Ding dong. I am cleaning my room. Last week, I decided I needed to catalog and file my patterns because they were all over the place. So I did, I think, the bulk of them. I might have one or two still hanging out. And when I was doing that and flipping through my patterns, when I get the itch to shop, I really need to come out here and shop here first, because I pulled a bunch of stuff out that I really would like to start. So the first one being the 12 monthly minis. They're very short, stitched on, they're 39 by 39 stitches. And it's stitched on 32 count light taupe, 1 thread over 2. And so they're tiny. I want to say they're like 4-inch pillows or 3.5-inch pillows. So I wanted to pick this book up and I wanted to stitch them all, and I think I'm going to start. So I'm going to try to kit this one up. DMC. I think what I may do is stitch up 1 or 2 months at a time. Kit up not stitch up, kit up 1 or 2 months at a time. So that I don't have a bunch of floss sitting in here, because, you know, you get distracted. And then I pulled out Holiday Hoopla, St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, I think I need to make all of her Holiday Hooplas. So I have the St. Patrick's Day one. And then I pulled out Robins Are Here by Brenda Gervais. This would be a really cute spring one, so I think I want to get started on that. It's super cute. And then, of course, I've got partially kitted Let It Snow. And then, of course, the Hello from Liz Mathews. This is her Patreon chart for... she releases hers on the 15th of each month. So this was released January 15th. And I absolutely love it. So I need to really sit down and figure out what fabric do I want to put it on. Do I want to stitch the entire thing in one color, or do I want to do the birds in a different color? This one down here really is grabbing my attention. But I love them all. It's very, very hard. So, yeah. And I think that that's all that I've pulled out to flag to stitch. So I may have some new starts. I need to go through my whip basket, and I need to pull out what I don't want to stitch on anymore. So maybe a couple of the winter things, and then pull in some of the other stuff that I'm working on. Get some spring finishes going. Okay, that is it for all of that. Let's go ahead and do our giveaway winners. This is a giveaway to celebrate the reaching 2,000 subscribers. We are at like 2,100 subscribers now, so thank you very much. This is just a way for me to say thank you, because I really do enjoy making these videos. I think they're fun. I love commenting on other YouTube videos, and I've, you know, made some friendships, and I'm so grateful for them, and looking forward to continuing through and meeting more new people. So this is just my way of saying thank you. Okay, so number 1 was the Spring Has Sprung chart. And this one goes to Marcia Platt, 8575. I will put your handle down here, so if you see it, please let me know. Number 2 is the Fall Harvest Stitch Quarterly. You're going to get the whole bag and the entire kit. I received it as a gift, and I haven't started it, and I keep hemming and hawing, and I just thought, let's move it out. Give it to somebody who's going to enjoy it. So this one is going to Michelle Cunningham. So I will put your name and your handle down below. So congratulations. Number 3 is this small project bag, and 3 of my favorite stitchy tools. You've got the Unstitcher, the Floss Fairy Wand, and a stitch gauge ruler. And it down at the bottom here, it shows you, like, if you lay this against your fabric, you can kind of tell what your stitch gauge is, so that you can accurately count and cut your fabric, or know if that's the, you know, like figure out your finishing size, that kind of a thing. So number 3 goes to Renee Bombita. Renee Bombita. Number 4 is a 2-pack chart, Cocoa Quaker and Cocoa Quilt. And this goes to Sue B, 1828. Sue B. And then I did... Okay, let's see if I can show you what little one is doing here. She likes to get into baskets. So she is checking out all the baskets. Okay, sorry, my hand hit the end button and stopped the recording, and when I pulled up the new recording to finish, I didn't hit record, so I did the whole end of my video and didn't record it. I guess it's just one of those days. This is prize 5 and 6. I decided that I wanted to give some of my Conversation Heart charms and some of the 2024 charms away in case you have finishes that you'd like to add them on to. We are close enough to 2024. I thought it would be a fun thing. And I have the 2 winners. So number 5 and number 6. Number 5, Deborah Quilts, 8030. And number 6 is Lois Gilstorf. So thank you very much. Please email me your addresses so that I can get them out in the mail to you. My email address is listed in the comments below. And I'll give you until next Friday to get me those emails, and I will do my best to get them packaged up and shipped out on Saturday. So yeah, if you can do that, that would be great. Comments. I want to take a minute and I want to just make a comment on a comment that I got. I think it might have been a bot. Not 100% sure. But I got a very odd comment in a foreign language. Totally fine. I don't mind that at all. The problem is that I couldn't translate the comment in Google Translate, and it lists all of the... Ooh, a flea. Did you get that flea, my lady? Okay. And the problem with that is... sorry, she picked up a flea, and I didn't want it to bite her. Okay. The problem with that... It's like having one of those plume feathers. Can you sit down, please, lady? Thank you. I thought, not a problem. Put it in Google Translate. Well, it couldn't translate it. And it said, detecting Icelandic dialect. And I'm like, huh. So I tried different things during the week, and then this morning I got up and I thought, Google, what other languages are close to Icelandic? Well, it's Norwegian and Faroese, not sure. And so I plugged in both of those languages and translated, and I got a few words pulled out of it and made me feel icky. So I deleted that comment, and I couldn't find the person after that. So, oh my goodness. Really? That's what you're gonna do? Come on. We'll go in a minute. So, now I've got cat fur all over everything. Oof. She sheds a lot, which, I mean, she's so fluffy. So I just wanted to comment that I kind of decided this morning, that has happened one time before, last year, but I was able to translate that comment, and it was very strange. It was like a prayer or a chant, or it gave me icky vibes, and this one kind of gave me icky vibes. So I just wanted to say that if I cannot translate your language in Google Translate to find out what you say, I think I'm just going to have to delete the comment, hide the comment. And please, if your intentions are true, please do not be offended by that. I just, I don't want anything on there that makes me feel icky. That's not what this channel is about. I follow my gut a lot, and when I don't follow my gut, that's when I have issues. And my gut was saying delete the comment, and block the person. Well, I couldn't find the person to block, so that makes me feel like that person is a bot. And if that's the case, I think it's all been taken care of. But I just wanted to mention it because if you saw it and you could read it, and it was nice, I apologize. If you saw it and could read it and it wasn't nice, and you were wondering why it was still there, I apologize. Not quick on the uptake this week very much because I was so tired, but I will try from this point forward to go ahead and make sure that I do a Google Translate, and get to the bottom of it a little quicker than I did this week. Just some housekeeping. If you haven't done so already and you would like to, please take a moment, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, share the video, like the video, comment on the video. I do read the comments, and I do like to respond either with a heart emoji or an actual comment back. I do enjoy that. I think I enjoy that the most, is seeing what people have to say about my stitching, or if I ask a question, or, you know, if there's something that I'm pondering with something that I'm stitching. I do really enjoy getting the feedback and communicating. So please take a moment and comment. We are trying to grow the channel. So every subscription helps, and we appreciate it. I think that is it. Keep California in your thoughts. We are expecting a little bit of rain in the middle of the week. I don't know how strong it's going to be, but we can't have it be too strong, or the showers last too long, or the burn areas will have mudslides, and a bunch of the toxins can go into our ocean, and it's not great. So please just keep your thoughts with California. They have started the hazmat cleanup. It's a lot. They're not going to have it done by Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So hopefully they'll get the most of it, as much of it done as they can, but I don't think it's going to happen quicker than that. That's it. Have a great rest of the week, and until next time, happy stitching.